Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Ame and we're back with another video. Yeah guys, the title of this video shocked me as well. I did not expect this to happen anytime in my life, so yeah, it's quite a surprise. However, it's not a complete dropout, it's a gap year dropout, so I guess that's a lot less scary, but it's still scary because I didn't plan to take a gap year. I would have liked to, but the fact that I actually went to uni, did everything, and then had to leave, that's what made it so hard, because you're like, I'm already here, so maybe I should just continue. And that's where the battle really was like, battles. So yeah, I'm just going to explain briefly my process of how I came to how I came to the decision that I was going to leave uni and take a gap year. Is this thing recording? Yes, it is. Yeah, so I was at the University of Bath studying biochemistry. I was there for 3 weeks to a month. After 2 weeks, I knew I didn't want to be there anymore. After 2 weeks, week one was freshers week, but after a week of lectures, the second week of lectures, I was like, this is not for me. And it's not like GCSEs or A-level where you try a subject and you can just drop it and carry on pick a different subject and just carry on. This is uni. It's a whole degree for 3 to 4 years, so that's not how it works. So it was quite scary when I started to realize I don't like what I'm being taught. I'm in lectures and it's I'm not enjoying this, and it's people say, oh, you should have given it more time. From the jump, when you start something, sometimes when it comes to something like this, when you start off and you don't like it, because it's like school, you're learning, it's education. If you don't like what you're learning from the jump, and you've seen the modules coming up in the years to come, and even in that same year, further down the semester, and you're like, I don't really care for any of these things, I'm not really interested, then there's no point waiting to see if you would actually like it, because now you're just forcing yourself to do something that you don't want to do. And I know the question some people are going to ask is okay, so how did you pick the course and then now you're saying you don't like it? You chose the course yourself. Yeah, I did. But when I chose the course, I don't know, maybe I wasn't thinking properly, I wasn't looking into it deeply enough, but I convinced myself I wanted to do it because it was I liked A-level chemistry a lot and A-level biology, so I was like, biochemistry, combine them. And it's I was interested in the biological molecules and stuff like that, but I think I mistaked an interest for a passion kind of, or just a brief interest for a deep interest. I wasn't deeply interested in it, I just enjoyed it at A-levels. But A-level, the intensity of A-level is very different from uni. At uni, this is what you're studying. At A-levels, you study this for a little while and change on to the next topic, but this one is you're focusing on this one specific thing for 4 years. And when I realized this is what I'm doing for the next 4 years, I was like, damn, I don't really want to do this. Because in my brain I was because initially my interests were in medicine, but I didn't apply for medicine because I didn't want to be a doctor. This is a whole other rant that I can't go on in this video, so if you want me to explain that, I can do that in a different video, so this isn't too long. But to summarize it, I didn't want to be a doctor because I want to be an entrepreneur. Not just saying that for the sake of saying it, but that's what I've always wanted to do. I don't want to work for someone else. I want my own thing. So whatever I'm studying has to give me that avenue so I can do my own thing. And I never thought of medicine as something I could do that with. But now that I'm older and I see life differently, I've actually realized I could have actually studied medicine and done my own thing. But that's another pipeline. Another English show. That's another topic for another day. So yeah. I like medicine. I like learning how the human body works, the whole science of it and stuff like that. I find that interesting. So I thought biochemistry is the science of medicine, so that would be interesting. But biochemistry focuses too much on the nitty-gritty that I'm not really interested in. It's if that nitty-gritty is combined with the other things that that I like and I'm interested in, then I can manage then I can get through learning the nitty-gritties when I still have the nice stuff. But all I have is the nitty-gritty, so I have nothing nice to get me through it, if you understand what I mean. yeah, so I realized I wasn't really interested in biochemistry, and it just wasn't nice. Even like going to labs, I did not like lab work at all. No, I can't even begin to explain. I just hated labs so much. And it's like, with that as well, it's like I hated it so much because I had nothing else that I enjoyed. So like with everything, you have something you like and something you don't like. So like with A levels, I had biology and chemistry which I liked, and maths which I didn't like. So it's like I still had something I liked, but then I can now use that energy from there to apply to the one I don't like. But I had nothing I like, so I had no energy from anywhere to use to drag that other one up. So yeah, I didn't like anything about the course. So I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm going to go through a 3-year, 4-year, 5-year degree in something I don't like. Like there's no point. Because like with me, when I do things in life, I like to do it with like a vision, like I'm going somewhere. So like I'm doing this because of this. So with biochemistry, if I continued, I wouldn't have been doing it for any reason, because I don't want to do like biochemistry work. I'm not interested in that. I'm more interested in like medicine, so like more of like tissue, organ level, system level, of how the body works, rather than all the time doing the molecular things. If we do the molecular things, it should lead to that, and that's like the type of course I'm looking for. But biochemistry wasn't that. So it's like, if I'm going to study something and I'm not interested in that field specifically, what's the point? If I was like 3 years into my degree and I realized that and I had 1 year left, fine, that would be like, just push and finish. But I've just started, I've been here for 3 weeks. Don't do this to yourself. If you don't want to study this course and you've made a mistake, fine, life happens, mistakes happen. You are still young. Take time out, figure out what you want to do, apply for the right thing, and start your course properly. So that's what I decided to do, because like there's no point in me dragging myself along with a course that I am not happy with, especially with like, I know how stressed out I get about school, and the only way I can like power through it is if I have a reason for doing it, and it's a genuine reason. Like, okay, cool, I'm studying this thing because I want to work here in the future, but I want to be part of this industry in the future, so that's why I'm doing it. But if I'm like, I don't really want to be part of this industry, but I need to get a degree, that's why I'm doing it, that's not enough. It's not going to work. Sorry, I was looking at the floor because I was thinking, that's not going to work for me. I need to see where this is taking me so I can actually like follow that path and go there. And every time I get like demotivated, demoralized, and I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore, I remember where I'm going, and like I'm like, okay, yeah, that's why I have to push through this. If I have no reason to push through, when times get tough, it's not going to work. I'll just give up, because I'm like, wait, why am I actually doing this? So I just like leave it. So yeah, leaving was the best option for me, because now I can like think, I can spend time to think of what I actually want to do and go into it properly. Yeah, because like also with like making the wrong choice of my course, A levels were a very stressful time for me, like extremely stressful. So I'm not even surprised that this happened, because with all I was going on, it was not bound to happen. But like, I'm not surprised. I had way too much on my mind. This did not even come close to being anything I thought would be a problem. I was struggling with A-level maths. I was struggling with everything. It was struggling with everything. Just, it was tough. It was tough. This did not cross my mind. So the fact that I chose the wrong course, well, it's been done now. So now I'm on a gap year, and I'm going to reapply to go back to uni next year, September, so 2025. And as for the course, I'm not yet completely sure of what I'm doing, but now I'm thinking of medical sciences, which is like what I wanted in the beginning, which is like the science behind medicine. That's what medical sciences is. But it's like not as broad as medicine. They don't teach me everything, but like there's a lot of content that I'm interested in, and it's like I see this and I'm like, oh, I actually want to learn this. Because another thing I was thinking in my lectures when I was doing biochemistry that made me feel like I don't want to do this is like, I was thinking, I'm going to do a degree for 3 years, 4 years. I'm not learning anatomy. I'm not learning physiology. They're not teaching me about like diseases. I'm just learning about proteins, molecules, cells. I'm like, where's all the fun stuff? Where is all the fun stuff? So I was like, yeah, nah. This is not worth it. Because another thing I wanted to study biochemistry for was to like have a skincare and hair care brand, like my own skincare and hair care brand. So I wanted to like understand like the biochemistry of like molecules and stuff like that, so I can make good products. But in my brain I'm like, that's like the only part of biochemistry that I was deeply interested in. That's the only part of biochemistry I was deeply interested in. So the fact that the whole course isn't centered around that, that's not enough for me to do that. Like, I can't hold on to this small thing of skincare and hair care to now do the whole course. So it's like, I haven't given up on the skincare and hair care brand thing. I'm still going to do that, and I'm still going to make sure like the science for it is correct, but I'm not doing a 3-year, 4-year degree for it. I would rather get a biochemist, someone else that's interested in that, to come and tell me and like give me all the everything and explain it to me. But I don't have that passion to study that, but I still want to have a skincare and hair care brand, not just for the money, but for like, skincare and hair care is like something lots of people are interested in, but like there's so many products out there that aren't necessarily good for you. So if I can have a brand where it's like I know exactly what's in it, I'm not putting like dangerous chemicals that are not necessary, that's my aim. Anyways, I'm gone on a rant. So that's why I was interested in biochemistry, because I wanted to have a skincare and hair care brand, but I can do that without being a biochemist. I just need to get the right I just need to hire a biochemist to help me in that process. Whilst I'm still like, obviously, if I'm just going to study something that's like sciencey, I will probably understand what they're talking about without having to go through a 3-year, 4-year degree, if that makes sense. So yeah, where am I? What was I saying? I can't remember. This is what happens when you ramble. I wrote a script kind of, but I've completely gone off the script. Yeah, so that's the situation, guys. I am so happy that I made that decision. Like, as you saw from the clip in the video, I was like completely in a horrible place. Like the clip of me like talking after I cried a lot. Like there were times where I would like cry myself to sleep, because I'm like, I just felt like I was doing something horrible by leaving. It's like my brain, I was like, oh, you failed this one, that one, and it's like, girl, you're just leaving for a year. Relax. But it's like, we're so used to like the timeline society has set for us, but it's like, that's just there. It doesn't mean you need to follow it. If it's wrong for you, then hey, why did I just go up all the way? Wrong for you. If that timeline is wrong for you, like for me now, it was wrong, because if I decided to follow that timeline, I would have done a course I don't want to do. So like, I'm going to drop out of that timeline and do something that's meant for me at a different time, which is next year. It's like, yeah, we're not running any race with anybody. If you're trying to like just keep going because other people are going, and you're going in the wrong direction because this isn't where you're supposed to be going, then like, where are you going? You're just going nowhere. So, and you're going to have to turn back eventually. So take your time and go where you need to go, not where you think you should go, where you need to go. And where I needed to go now was out of uni for a year, back next year, doing what I want to do. So yeah, that's the situation. I'm back home for a year, and I'm looking forward to my gap year. I hope I like make it productive and stuff and rest, because ever since I came to this country, all I've been doing is studying. I came here, the year after I got here, I had my GCSEs. 2 years after, A-levels. It's just been studying and struggling. So this year is like, I feel like God has given me this year to just rest, recuperate, plan, and then keep going, because it's been tough. But I'm so happy that I'm actually like home and happy. I'm happy. Hey, English. Yeah, I'm home and happy, and like, I couldn't. If you're watching this and you're in a similar position, and you're like, just any decision that you have to make in life that feels so big and feels so wrong in the eyes of society, like it's not the usual thing to do, Forget about what other people are saying and just follow what you feel is right. As long as you have like a clear reason why you're doing something and you understand it, and you know it's not going to affect you in any way, it's not going to put you in a bad position, you've planned properly, like you've thought it out the way, like you've thought it out and you've properly said, yeah, no, I don't want to do this, I want to do this. Go for this, because you have your life, you're the one that's directing your path. Go where you want to go and where you like go. Choose the thing that takes you where you're going. Motivational speaker is not easy. Do what feels right. Do what aligns with your vision. That's what I'm trying to say. Do whatever aligns with your vision. If you have a vision and you need to make a decision in favor of that vision, do it. Because like that's just life. You are making your own life. So who's better to listen to than yourself? Obviously you can take advice from other people to like help guide you, but ultimately what you want to do, your own vision is in your own heart and your own head. You're the one that's seen it, so no one else is going to understand apart from you. So like don't let outside noise distract you and like make you think you're making the wrong choice. As long as you have spoken to yourself, you have explained it to yourself, and you understand, okay, this is why I want to do this, go ahead and do it. Yeah. And also I don't want people to say, oh, like in talking to yourself, listening to yourself. Obviously God is involved, and like I have this thing where I say trusting in God and trusting in yourself are like one. If you trust God, you trust yourself, because you just know that you're like, hey, if you trust God, you're going to trust yourself, because you trust that God is working through you and God is the one that's directing you. So if you feel like God is directing you, but then you feel like you're going in the wrong direction, then you don't trust God. But if you feel like God is directing you, you're going to trust your own like directions, because you know God is directing you. So yeah, obviously a lot of prayer went into this decision. A lot. So, and it's not even like prayer where it's like, okay, I felt like God told me specifically, yes, leave. No, I just like, I prayed like, God, like, you know, guide me and tell me what to do. But like, I didn't hear some kind of voice, but like in making my decision, I felt at peace with my decision. And like, that's a good indication that it's aligned with what God wants me to do. So that is very good. So yeah, that's my story of why I dropped out of uni for a year. I'm not on a gap year, so I look forward to whatever this gap year has to bring. I'm going back into like content creation now on like Instagram and like YouTube, so I'm so happy about that. I have my nail business, which thank God is like, we keep growing. I'm so happy about that, because like now it's my job where I get money from like weekly. It's not a lot, but like I have a job and like it gets me things, so I'm happy, and I thank God. So yeah, I hope I can look back at this whole situation in 4 years, 5 years, when I'm done with uni, and be like, I'm so happy I took that year out, because I honestly feel like biochemistry was not the one, but I will find the course that's meant for me, and I will be happy when I'm done with that course, and it will take me where I need to go. So yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, thanks to everyone that messaged me on Instagram and like has been checking up on me. I am doing absolutely fine now. I had a treacherous time at uni. I can do a small uni story time of all the things that I was going through, because boy, apart from not liking my course, there were some other things I was like, hey, nah. Also, I forgot to add, before my family members watch this video and feel like I didn't include them, I'm so grateful to God for my family, because they were so supportive in this decision. I can imagine like there's people obviously that their parents would not like this, they would not let this be the case. They're like, you're gonna stay there and finish that course. But thank God my parents were like supportive. They're like, if you need to leave, because like, nah, we're not going to let you suffer for just the sake of suffering. There's no point. If you're going to suffer, at least do it in a course that you like, because uni in my mind is suffering in itself. So yeah, so I thank God everyone was super supportive. And yeah, if you don't have a support system, if you need someone to speak to, message me on Instagram. I always reply. Yeah, don't let that discourage you. I would always say, like, fight. I like to fight, I like to argue, I like to quarrel. If you have something that you want to do, as long as it doesn't like affect you, it doesn't hurt you, it doesn't like take your life in a negative direction. If you have a plan, keyword plan, you know what you're doing, fight for what you want to do. Fight, because it's your life. Don't let anyone else tell you what to do. If you have someone that's trying to pull you in a different direction, don't listen to them, because when something goes wrong, they're not going to help you. You're going to have to get out of it by yourself. So if you have something that you want to do that. Don't just go for something for the sake of going for it. Fight for what you want in life, because life isn't just about making money and this. It's about being happy. So do what makes you happy, okay? Anyways, yeah, that's the end. I'll see you guys in the next video. Feel free to leave a comment if you have anything to tell me. Just let me know in the comments. If you watched this far, comment this. If you've watched it, if you've watched this video up to this point, comment this emoji, please. Thank you. I'll see you guys in the next video. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Help me grow out. I'm trying to grow my channel and like grow a community, not just subscribe for the sake of subscribing. Like, engage. I like to listen to like what you guys have to say. It's like community. I like talking to people. I don't just like the likes. I like talking to the people. Like when people comment things like, oh, another video, oh my gosh, I love this is hi May, I'm like, oh my gosh, hi, because I feel like, oh, I have so many friends which is nice. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure to keep an eye on my socials for whenever I post, okay? Thanks, bye bye, and I love you. Okay, cool.